Are you familiar with the mysterious mounds and pyramids in Indiana? Well, what if I told you that they existed even before the arrival of Christopher Columbus and may be the key to unlocking ancient American history? In this video, we are going to explore the secrets behind the ancient mounds in Indiana, discovering the mysteries that have puzzled historians for decades. We'll travel back in time to learn about their history, the purpose of their construction, and what they can tell us about the people who built them. So, join us as we dive into the fascinating world of Indiana's enigmatic mounds. If you'd like to have some surprising insights about these incredible structures, stick around until the end, but be ready. What you'll see now will leave you in wonder and will make you eager to know what other secrets might be hidden in the heartland of America. The amazing pyramids of Egypt may come first to your mind when thinking about massive, prehistoric man-made structures. Their construction is really close to perfection. Scientists are still working to solve their mysteries and understand why they were created, even thousands of years after they were constructed. But what if I told you that unknown people with the same advanced architectural knowledge lived in North America and built their own version of pyramids? This is mind-boggling, isn't it? Indiana is known for its rich history and beautiful landscape, but hidden within its green spaces are a series of mysterious mounds that have puzzled researchers for thousands of years. These mounds are scattered throughout the state, but they're more concentrated in the southern part of Indiana. Before we dive into the details of these ancient structures, let's take a step back and appreciate just how incredible it is they exist at all. These mounds date back centuries ago, being constructed by people who had no access to modern technology or heavy machinery, yet they managed to create unbelievable mounds that still stand today. This success is nothing but a proof of the creativity and resourcefulness of the ancient people who lived in the region. So, who were these ancient people and why did they build these mounds? To answer this question, we need to go back in time to the period before Europeans arrived in America. The ancient people of Indiana were part of a larger culture known as the Mississippian that existed around 700 CE and spanned across the southeastern and midwestern United States. According to historians, the Mississippian culture included skilled farmers, hunters, and traders. They even had a complex social and political structure. One of the most distinctive features of the Mississippian culture was their use of earthen mounds for ceremonial and burial purposes. The mounds were often shaped like animals, people, or other symbols. Seen from an aerial view, archaeologists have discovered hundreds of these mounds throughout Indiana and the surrounding regions, some of which are massive in size. However, later studies have shown that previous indigenous cultures like the Adena and Hopewell cultures have inhabited the region even before the Mississippian, around 500 BCE to 100 BCE, and may have contributed greatly to the construction of most mounds. These cultures are well known for their advanced art, trade networks, and ceremonial practices. They were skilled farmers and hunters as well, and they built these mounds as a way to connect with the spiritual world. History of the mounds. The mounds of Indiana are believed to have been constructed between 200 BCE and 400 CE. They were built by hand, using baskets to carry earth, sand, and stones from nearby areas and pile them up into various shapes and sizes. The construction process took several years. Makes sense, no? There are over 1,000 mounds distributed throughout Indiana. Some were small and circular, while others were large and complex. The largest mound, known as the Great Mound, is located in Mounds State Park and is 60 feet tall and 300 feet in diameter. The Mounds State Park was established in 1930 and today it is one of the most attractive parks, receiving about 400,000 visitors annually. The mounds have unique shapes and sizes, with some resembling animals and others taking the shape of pyramids. Another notable site is the Angel Mound. Located in Evansville, Indiana, Angel Mounds was the largest settlement of the Mississippian culture in the region. The site was inhabited from about 1000 to 1450 AD, and at its peak, it housed a population of up to 10,000 people. Today, this 450-acre site includes 11 man-made mounds, town plaza, and village area for a population of about 1,000. Mysteries surrounding the mounds. Despite the abundance of mounds in Indiana, little is known about the people who built them. The builders of these mesmerizing structures left no written records, and much of their culture and beliefs have been lost over time. This has led to a great deal of speculation and mystery surrounding the mounds. Were the builders from the Adena, Hopewell, or Mississippian cultures? Or is it the case that people from all three native cultures have contributed to the construction of various mounds, each during their corresponding era? But how did these ancient people of Indiana transport and shape the massive quantities of soil and earth required to build these mounds? Other theories even suggest that the mounds were constructed by extraterrestrial beings who may have used the mounds as landing sites or energy sources. Tell us in the comments section below what you theorize about it. The purpose of the mounds is still the subject of debate among archaeologists. Some believe that they were used for ceremonial events and community gatherings, while others think that they may have served as platforms for the homes of the ruling elite. They might have been created as a symbol of power and prestige. There is also evidence that the site may have been a major trading center, with goods and ideas exchanged between different regions of the Mississippian culture. One of the most intriguing aspects of the mounds is their alignment with celestial events. In fact, many of the mounds are aligned with the rising and setting of the sun during the solstices and equinoxes, leading some to believe that they were used for astronomical observations to track celestial events or for religious rituals, considering that the Mississippian culture used to worship the sun. So what role did the mounds play in the religious and social practices of the Mississippian culture? A more recent theory suggests that the mounds were built for burial purposes, which can be evidenced by the bones found at the site. There are large quantities of bones and hundreds of different skeletons that are large in sizes hidden beneath the surface of some mounds. Several theories have been developed, but there is no concrete evidence to certainly support any of them, so the true origin and purpose of the mounds remain a mystery. Despite their cultural and historical significance, many of these mounds were destroyed or damaged over the years. Some were used as sources of materials for building roads and houses, while others were excavated by treasure hunters and looters. The destruction of these mounds was a tragedy, but through careful excavation and analysis, archaeologists were able to learn more about them and convey this knowledge to us. Efforts are now underway to protect the mounds from further harm. This includes limiting access to the structures, increasing public awareness of their importance, and enforcing laws that prohibit causing any damage to them. In this video, we've explored the mysterious mounds of Indiana. We've learned that these fascinating structures were built by ancient Native American culture, who used them mainly for ceremonial and burial purposes. We've also discovered the incredible dispersion of these earthen mounds throughout Indiana, as they remain a marvel of engineering to this day. The mounds of Indiana constitute an important chapter in the state's history and culture. That's why much work has been done to preserve them for future generations. Many of the mounds have been designated as state parks or national landmarks, and they are open to visitors who wish to learn more about these ancient structures. While much remains unknown about them, they continue to captivate the imaginations of people around the world. So if you ever find yourself in Indiana, take a journey into these sites and explore the mysterious mounds there. And with that, we conclude our journey into the heartland of America's ancient past. But the story of the mounds of Indiana is far from over, and there is still much to discover and learn. Who knows what other secrets may be waiting to be uncovered beneath the soil and earth of the mounds? Until then, we can only wonder and imagine the ingenuity and skills of ancient civilizations that shaped the land in ways that we are only beginning to understand. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery, and see you in the next one.